For days, I've been bombarded with comments. Twitter notifications have been ringing constantly. The recommendations haunt every waking moment of my sleep. I've tried to ignore it. I've tried to run, but I fail every single time. There's no way out. I must face my fears head on. So I trained until my last breath. Countless hours of research. Replay after replay. I will give it my all. There's no escape. I must do it for the carrots. This is dance analysis time. Let's go! How's it going, guys? Elliot here. Hope you guys are doing okay. I know what you guys are thinking, okay? I got a mask, okay? I'm not a ninja, all right? That's racist. I'm protecting myself throughout this quarantine, okay? We are back with a Fallen Flower dance analysis. You guys have asked me to do one. Personally, I didn't want to do one. You guys kept asking me,
when's Fallen Flower dance practice coming out? When's Fallen Flower dance practice? When's Fallen Flower dance practice?
I don't know, man. Okay? I'm scared. I've done the research. I've seen it all. I've even seen the other dancers do dance reactions to it. And tell you this right now. They said everything I needed to say. So why am I here? I don't know. Probably because you guys asked for it. And I'll do it for you guys. Okay, so this is it. I've already seen the choreo a ton of times. There are so many little details that I did not notice. I feel that this has got to be the best 17 choreography out. So many metaphors within this, okay? So many meanings. And I'm sure a lot of you guys have already pointed a lot of things out. If you guys don't know who I am, my name's Elliot. I do dance for a living, okay? It's fun. It's an okay job, you know? And then I do YouTube. And I also like K-pop. So here I am. Let's get into it. I'm talking too much. Before we begin, I want to give a huge shout out to our Patreon subscribers at patreon.com/ElliottNewVillage. This video is brought to you by our Patreon because of your guys' help. It keeps this channel strong, rolling and going. The reason why we're able to spend for better equipment, have better quality content, and even release more content in a timely manner through your guys' help. We've done so much. So if you guys would like to support this channel, we'd really appreciate it. And of course, it's all optional. Nonetheless, we're still gonna give you guys love, okay? We're still gonna be rolling in this channel, okay? It's still gonna be great and grinding because no matter what, this is something that's dope and we love what we're doing over here. So thank you guys so much. And yeah, let's get on with the video. Here we go. There's so much that I want to talk about. I feel like you guys have already seen it so many times. I'm gonna pause it, okay? I hope that doesn't diminish your viewing experience. This song is called Fallen Flower. So of course the theme is going to be about flowers. And there's tons of hidden meaning within this. So we're already starting off with a roll-off effect right over here. And obviously replicating a flower with this motif over here. Okay, check this out. So watch this hand isolation. Replicating a falling petal. So this is great. So I would consider this a motif that will happen throughout this choreography, which is another reminder of what this choreography and the song is all about. So here we go. And you notice that watching them, there's a theme within this choreography and how they move. So the movement diction shares a theme of flowers and its characteristics. It's so dope seeing S Cups back in. So let's go back again, okay? Shout out S Cups, like for S Cups. We'll start from the beginning one more time. Little things. So you're going to notice that they are going to show the growth and the retrograde of flowers. So you're going to see that within that, and because it shows growth and retrograde, you're going to see a lot of ripple effects going forward and then coming backwards, which is amazing too. And not only are we talking about the growth and death of flowers, but the way flowers move within wind. So check this out, and you're going to see that within the choreography as well. And look at this combo right over here. This whole choreography as soon as they break away. So I know within a lot of choreographies, a lot of things can get mixed up where the core choreography is just filler. But these guys took the extra time to create a specific characteristic. This whole choreography all represents the growth and the movement of how a flower looks like in nature, which is through wind. And then this move over here. There's so much that I would like to talk about, okay? 2. And then that growth. Very similar to the death of a flower and then its regrowth. So check out this move over here. 1, fall, here. That final lift within the hand. There's like so much, and I never noticed that until after, which I like. So watch every single move. Every single move has meaning too. So let's check out this transition over here. I thought this part was really interesting. So let's go back a little bit. So pay close attention to the pathways that Woozy and June on the left travel, and on the right, pay close attention to the pathway that Mingyu, Josh, and Wonu travel. Did you guys notice that? Instead of making a direct beeline towards the next position, they walked in a circular motion, very equivalent to flowers blowing in the wind. Very cool. So there's not a single move within this choreography that is meaningless. Every single move has a representation behind it. And it's either a characteristic of wind, a falling petal. It's the anatomy of a flower, everything. And this right here reminds me so much of a cherry blossom tree. Just this whole section over here. Just watch this part right here, how they grow. And notice how it enlarges and then it engages. And then the use of lines to represents the either a petal or a branch. I think this part was probably one of my top 10 favorite parts of this too. So simple. Just watch them individually. When it comes to these ripple effects like this, the way they roll off with one another, I like looking at every single member of the group. And notice how every single member uses their movement and uses their improvisation time to replicate the growth of a tree. And what's great about that is not only as an individual member you have to symbolize that, but you also have to understand the rhythm of the music. So not only is that a very metaphorical part of the song, it's also a very creative moment as an individual as well, having to move one after another and then finishing off with Dino at the end. With that breath and then falling down. So it tells me a lot that when you could do that and when you know that there's a direction of the dance, individually, they're all on the same page, which is the idea of the growth and the life cycle of a flower. Life reverting. This groove right here, super iconic. Of course, replicating a petal falling. Of course, replicating the degradation of a flower as well. Every single movement has a meaning, which is so great about this choreo. Even this part right here, there's a meaning. There's meaning behind this breath too. Exactly how a flower would move within a garden. And I want you to watch this part as well, because here's another thing that we're going to talk about later on after this. Watch this move and how they end like this. Okay, we're going to talk more about that when we come back to this. Moving on. And that move as well is awesome. And this whole combo over here, just the degradation. The choreographers did a great job finding every single opportunity to find the theme relatable. Another great part is this part too. Watch this isolation too. This like tut isolation, and then it grows out of the seed. And then flowing through the wind. And even if you understand the blocking, that every blocking moment, they use it as a way to replicate flowers. And of course with the core choreography again. But watch this part. I feel like this part, just watch this part. I've seen it so many times and it took me so long to figure out what this part actually meant and what they were trying to convey within this moment. Notice the direction in which they move, which is from downstage to upstage. And then moving the people on stage left more to the left. In my definition, I feel that all of them individually are fallen petals. Have you guys ever seen a gust of wind touch fallen petals through an alleyway? Look how they disperse. It's like there was a gust of wind coming downstage, pushing up upstage, and notice the uncertainty in which they move. And if you look at Sun Quan's movement right over here, he goes up and over. So watch this part. And then stage left moves almost as if a gust of wind has blown right through the middle of these petals and has separated them. And then there's a push to the left, showing that there's like uncertainty within that movement. Hi, Ferdino. Again, more metaphorical flowers. And I like how every single flower that they translate, it's a different flower every single time. Oh, and I also want to talk about this part too. Check out this fall. So smooth. And then the timing. There was a texture to it too. They went really sudden and then slowed it down at the end. That part was really sick too. I was talking about the flowers. I like how they actually replicated this flower too, because not every flower is symmetrical. There are some flowers that bloom sideways, and we'll talk more about this later too, and how they replicated all certain types of flowers. So it bloomed on one side. Shout out S-Cups, nice to have him back again. Again with the degradation and then strung on with the motif. This is just a great choreo from beginning to end. Every opportunity had its moment. And it's something that a lot of judges within dance competitions like to address, is that when it comes to having a meaning and a theme within choreography, every single movement must mean something towards that performance. There wasn't a single moment where I questioned, what is that about? What is that about? What is that about? Did that have any meaning? Not a single moment. There's so much replay value within this. So many little things that you may not notice watching the first time. And I think that's what we need to start addressing in art is, yes, it's a great choreography. Yes, it's a difficult choreography. Yes, there's complex movement. Yes, they're all synchronized. But after a while, watching that over and over again does get dull. However, when there's meaning and when there's replay value, I think that's what makes dance so great. It's just so mesmerizing watching it. And then their use of ripples and contact improvisation, it's such a delight to watch every single time. Something new, and then you watch them individually. They all did great. They worked as a unit within this choreography. A great performance piece. So yeah, that was 17's Fallin Flower. Things I want to talk about and things I want to get back into. I think what irks me the most though is that this is a Japanese track, and this won't get as much promo as a Korean track, which kind of makes me sad though, because this is just such a great choreo to watch. What is Fallin Flower all about? What is Fallin Flower all about? What does this mean? How is this relative to us as just individuals, and how is this relative to us as artists? I think this has a huge relation to the significance of flowers in Japan. The Japanese culture values flowers so much, and each single flower has its own individual meaning. So if you watch this, if you read the lyrics, you keep reading the lyrics, while flower blooms and falls, scars cure and buds shoot, we are living our first and last moment. So I won't take you for granted, because you love me as I am. You loved me as I am. I'm falling to you. Past tense, loved. So what does this all mean? I'd like to say it's better to have loved than lost than to have never loved at all. The sadness that comes after a relationship. However, the relationship has brought meaning to life. So there was a part that I was talking about that I said we're going to get back onto, which is this moment right here within this chorus choreography. And I want you to take a good look at the initial groove and how they move. And then this ending picture right over here. Look where their hands are, okay? To their head, to the side, but why is it there? Out of all places within that, they put it over there. But why, right? I looked at the anatomy of a flower on Google. So if you look at this flower over here, these two hands represent the sepal of the flower. Super dope. Oh, and another one that I want to talk about is this characteristic of this flower in particular. It sags on one side. This one was the least symmetrical. I Googled Japanese flower. And the one closest to it was the peony flower, the Japanese peony. A picture of a peony. Let's look at one. I'm just gonna type in Japanese peony. Boom. Really cool. So one last thing before I end this video, okay? I was trying to figure out fallen flower. Yes, this means fallen flower, but what is the Japanese translation to it? I went to Google Translate. So we got falling petals. If I were to break down the words, it would probably give us a better meaning behind this song, right? Maybe you guys already know this, but this one blew my mind, okay? If I just delete a few characters, flowers, break it down a little bit more. Fall down, break it down a little bit more. Falling down, fall. Dance. Dance of the falling flowers. Huh? And it's a dance. Huh? It's pretty cool. All right. This choreography is great. Okay. That being said, I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope I got everything. Okay. Was there anything that you noticed that I haven't? So with that being said, like this video if you liked it. Dislike it if you dislike it. Okay. Subscribe if you'd like to see more content of mine. And huge shout out to my current active Patreon subscribers for supporting this channel. Guys, we're just getting better and better and better. And because I hit 50 subscribers on my Patreon, we are now going to do exclusive live streams just for you guys. So coming very soon. And if you'd like to subscribe to the Patreon, link is in the description below. Patreon.com/ElliottNewVillage. By helping us out for as little as $2, we could do so much. It takes care of equipment, takes care of expenses, everything that keeps this channel rolling and going. We really appreciate it, and I really appreciate you. And of course, it's all optional, and I still got love for you guys nonetheless. Dance cover coming soon. Thank you guys very much. This is Elliott. Bye.